Am I the asshole for not letting my 3-year-old cousins blow out my birthday candles? I may come off as petty, but here we go. Yesterday was my birthday. I, 21F, was already feeling terrible. In 21 years I've never felt like that during my birthday, which is literally my favorite day of the year. I get cake and to celebrate and have fun, pretty normal. The moment to cut the cake comes around and my aunts, they are mainly my mother's aunts, get all up in my business demanding a song to be set on the speaker. We were about to put on Happy Birthday and I wasn't the one managing the songs, and such. During the entire duration of the party my 3F little cousin was being used as a monkey, dance, sing, look at this, look at that. And that's what happened during the cutting of the cake too. She laughs and sings, and she doesn't care as long as people laugh with her, because she's 3. Anyways, one of my aunts says, "Go blow out the candles." And I got a bit angry, but I didn't show it. My cousin does not understand how birthdays work. She sings, she blows candles, end of story. There is no difference between her birthday or someone else's, it's just a birthday to her. I wouldn't have cared if she wanted to blow the candles, it's understandable, but the fact that everybody was asking her to made my blood boil. My sister, 16F, came in and said, "No, I'm not gonna let you blow out the candles, it's not your birthday." And I finally extinguish those candles. My aunt, 41, she's my mother's sister and the mom of the little cousin, then says, "You can't even count how many times I let you two do that when you were little." She seemed kinda offended, but I brushed it off since I needed to cut the cake and stuff and it didn't seem like a big deal to me. Time goes by, the party finishes, everyone goes back home and eventually I go to bed. My mom, 48, this morning literally rages at me and my sister that we shouldn't have treated her sister and her niece like that we are evil and egotistical, that we are the problem and couldn't let a 3-year-old have a nice thing. Thing is, she did get to blow out the candles. We lit them up again to let her do specifically that so she wouldn't be sad. Not that she would have been, she would have gone do something else. Nonetheless, my mom started lashing out at us saying that she almost ruined the party because of how angry she was. Later, once this lecture was over and I fell asleep again, she came back for seconds, and started literal yelling at my sister that we won't get any other birthdays or won't go to any other birthday parties, that we only care about the money that our aunts give us and nothing else, and that we were planning to not let our cousins blow the candles all alone. I pretended to be asleep so I didn't have to deal with that. I was about to burst into tears the whole time. Too long did not read. I didn't let my cousin blow out my birthday candles and my mom called me an asshole and I'm worried I might be one. Edit. For those in the comments saying I'm jealous of a toddler. Yes, I admit jealousy had a part in it, but it's not the main reason I am upset. To me it all ended when my cousin had her turn blowing the candles. My mom lashed out to me this morning after the matter was seemingly settled. My cousin is 3 and she likes blowing out candles. I was mainly upset that people were enabling her while ignoring me completely, something they had done throughout the evening. Hope this adds a bit of perspective. Not the asshole. It's your birthday and your mom should respect that. The day is about you, not everyone else. Your entitled aunt needs to be teaching your cousin about sharing and boundaries but seems more interested in indulging her. Sounds like the kid is quite happy and not a spoiled brat, but the way your aunt is heading it might not be long before she is. Props to your sister for standing up for you. You can't even count how many times I let you two do that when you were little. Yeah, well, that was her choice. Not the asshole. She's 3, but she's not an idiot. If someone explained to her in an age-appropriate way that it wasn't her birthday, she'd get it. Not the asshole, it was your birthday, your cake and candles. I don't really want a 3-yo to spit all over my cake. Your mom needs to back off. On her birthday she can do whatever she wants. Not the asshole. Seems like your mom may have anger or hormonal issues she may want to investigate. To go from saying that she almost ruined the party because of how angry she was to waiting to the next day to say something to then double down and start yelling? The 3-year-old already forgot she was the second, not the first one to blow the candles. Heck, give her 2 days and she'll forget there even was a cake. Not the asshole, it's your birthday. Your cousin needs to learn at some point about how traditions work. Am I the asshole for showing blatant favorism? I, F30, doesn't have kids of my own. It's my choice. I love my nieces and nephews though, more accurately they are kids of my cousins. One niece I am especially close to is Nia, F8. I have many reasons for it. She is first child born after me. I love her parents and looked after her since she was a newborn. I stayed with them for months when I was studying, which meant we really bonded. She would literally ditch her mom for me. When my other nieces and nephews were born, I was working and living away from them. I saw them like 3 times a year. I don't have much bond with them. Having this bond meant I loved taking Nia on trips with me. I take her to Disney, or camping or parks, etc. I know her well and can manage her. I can't say same about other kids. While I am cool with them, I don't have the same kind of patience, and to me they all seem like little brats. Nia didn't even cry with me when she was small. I was her comfort space. Now my cousins are low-key mad I am taking only Nia on trips. I tried to explain to them whoever I take need to stay with me for entire trip. These aren't one-day trips. Any of the other kids would create a fuss. They tell me I don't know that till I try to take them. I don't want to be caught in that position. I get a headache even imagining it. The family is split on this and calling me asshole for showing blatant favorism with kids. Am I the asshole? From comments. I work in one city where none of my cousins live. I only get weekends off that I need to relax. One weekend a month or so I go to my hometown to visit my parents. Nia's dad's home is right next door to mine. She will mostly be there. Or she will be at her mother's house, 15 minutes away from my parents' house. I have 4 other cousins with kids. 3 of them live in various other cities. Cities I don't normally visit and is out of my way. They come home to my hometown, their parental homes, for celebrations or festivals. I meet them all at that parties. If I go to the district they are in, I will make it a point to visit them. Give kids gift, hang out and play with them. Leftover cousin lives in another country and visits 2 months every 2 years, at most. Nia's dad isn't with her half the time. He works in merchant navy. When her dad is here they go on trips as a family. Her dad, my brother, has done a lot for me. I take her out on vacation when her dad isn't here. Mostly long trips. Sometimes she just comes over to my city and stays with me during work week. My mom also comes with us so she can keep an eye on her when I am working. None of my cousins want this staying with me for weeks thing. I already gift them and take them out when they are in my vicinity. What they are demanding is to take the kids on long vacations too. My best guess is it's cause they don't want to pay to take kids on these kind of trips themselves. Disney and Hogwarts for example. That's a no. For one, oldest one among these kids is 6 years old. Youngest is a toddler. They are too little for me to handle. I am not good with kids. I never wanted or liked kids. I am child-free myself, something I decided. Nia is the only exception for reasons I cannot even verbalize. We have a special bond. The kind where she asks for me before she goes to bed and when she wakes up. At 1 year of age. Even when I didn't visit for weeks. Her love for me is what keeps me with her, I guess. And even though she is 8, she doesn't make me feel like I am looking after a friend. I have a lot of childish interests too. We share them. And going with her isn't me taking her out, it's my vacation too. I love sharing it with her. I don't have excess time. I had an aunt who played favorites. It wasn't near as blatant as you. When was she dying, she did not have any of her nephews or nieces visit her. Her favorites were already dead. Your other nieces and nephew will be very aware of this favoritism. Do not expect them to love you or treat you as their favorite aunt. Nah. I get it, but at the same time, you're pushing your family away by doing what you're doing. Try putting some effort in with your other family members. Who knows, you may enjoy their company. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You're only an aunt or perhaps an aunt once removed. You're allowed to have wildly different relationships with different nieces, nephews. It's not like you're their parent. Your closeness to Nia has no bad effect on them, other than jealousy, which isn't your problem and which you can safely ignore. You might want to try a couple of short excursions with the other ones to be kind. But you don't need to id you don't want to. Could you not spend more time with your other nieces, nephews to get to know them better? I have a lot of nephews, nieces and I try to treat them equally regardless. It's not their fault and they will end up getting upset. Am I the asshole for bringing my boyfriend on a family visit and making my brother-in-law uncomfortable? My 24M brother, 27M sister, 37M. And I thought it would be nice if we all organized a little trip to go visit our mom, as it's been a bit since we've all seen her. My sister brought her husband, 38M, and 2 kids, and I brought my boyfriend, 24M. I thought it would be okay, since my mom adores him and vice versa. I even asked my mom if I could bring him, and she was fine with it. However, last night after everyone else went to bed, I was hanging out on the porch shooting the shit with my Bill. We were just chatting, but after a while he mentioned how he thought it was inappropriate that I brought my boyfriend along. I asked why he thought that, and he said it made him uncomfortable to have a non-family member at a family visit. For context, I've been with my boyfriend for 3 years, he's not a random fling. I told my brother-in-law that I didn't think it was a big deal, and that as long as I wasn't fucking him on the kitchen table during family dinners there wasn't any reason for him not to be there. The brother-in-law got pretty pissed at that, and to be honest I feel like I may have gone out of line. He said again that I shouldn't have brought my boyfriend, then got up and went inside. I feel pretty shitty. I know this isn't about him being a non-family member. It's about him being, well, a him. I understand that a lot of people have issues with gay couples, and I don't want to cause issues or have my brother-in-law think that I'm forcing my relationship into his face. Also, I feel like that table fucking comment may have been pretty unhinged. I just don't know what to do. For one, I don't want to cause unnecessary strain on my relationship with my Bill, but at the same time, I want my boyfriend to be comfortable and I don't want to get him involved in anything or make him feel bad for being here. I think I could have avoided this whole thing by just leaving him at home. So, am I the asshole for bringing my boyfriend along on a family visit? Edit. Okay. I'm a stupid bitch for not including this, but no, this isn't the first thing he said about me being gay. I've been getting some shit for the table comment, in part because my awful writing skills made it sound like I immediately escalated the situation without any prior conflict issues. That's not the case. I just want to clear some things up so I don't have to do it in the comments. Brother-in-law has made many, homophobic comments about me, my boyfriend over the past couple years. Some of them were behind my back and later relayed to me by other family members, some of them were directly to me, but the point is, this isn't a one-off. I don't want to justify my obviously rude comment, but this is kind of an ongoing thing. No, he isn't speaking for someone else. He himself is upset about my boyfriend being here, and he's the only one, as far as I know, that's uncomfortable. This post is about him and him alone. I don't know if it was totally clear, because at least one person has seemed to have gotten this mixed up, but that comment was just to him. Nobody else was there. I might be rude as fuck, but I'm not crude enough to say that in front of everyone else. I hope this clears things up a little more. I should have been more upfront from the beginning. You're a grown man in a 3-year relationship and even asked your mom if it was okay. Not the asshole. He's not even blood related and he's trying to tell you that he is uncomfortable with a non-family member there visiting your mother. Guess that means you need to tie the knot sooner than later so that you can be allowed to have your significant other there with you. Not the asshole, it's your mom's house, she loves your boyfriend and said yes to him coming. The only thing inappropriate is your Bill. Personally, I laughed at your table comment. You need to talk to your sister. It's terrible that she is allowing her husband to treat you and your boyfriend this way. Him making comments to family members. It's disgusting she hasn't stand up for you and continue to bring him around you. Is she also homophobic? $20 on brother-in-law being secretly gay, bi and being uncomfortable because of this. By the way, not the asshole. Not the asshole, you are visiting your mom, she said to bring him. Hers is the opinion that counts. I would go LC with brother-in-law if I were you. That kind of unhinged disdain is now and has always been illogical. As long as any relationship is taking place between two consenting adults of any gender, then how is it anyone else's business? I probably wouldn't have made the fucking on the table comment. I'm a bigger asshole than that. I would have apologized for his obvious jealousy, but seeing as he's married to your sister, he's going to have to bury his feelings for you as you love her too much to hurt her. Am I the asshole for telling my sister she needs to put on clothes? I, 26 female, currently live in a 2-bedroom apartment with my daughter, 2, and husband, 30 male. My sister, 29 female, and her 2 daughters, both under 5, have come to live with us temporarily because my sister's boyfriend went to prison and she couldn't afford her apartment anymore. My husband wanted to take in the kids but did not want to take in my sister. After some negotiations and boundaries, we decided to allow my sister here, because we didn't want the kids to lose both parents. Here's the problem. My sister doesn't wear clothes. She'll have a night slip on with no underwear sitting on my living room floor, legs open for the world. Or she just walks around in a t-shirt and underwear. My husband and I have both literally seen her vagina multiple times. I do not think my sister is doing this on purpose, she has been like this my whole life. Back when I was 20, my sister and I moved in alone together and she acted like this. I didn't mind because it was just us girls, but now it's uncomfortable. I was telling my other sister, 23 female. And she says I would be an asshole to call out my sister. She's stressed and depressed with everything in her life and I shouldn't make her feel judged, unwelcomed. So, am I the asshole if I sit down and tell her to cover up? Update. I sat down with my sister after the kids went down and we talked for a little, just catching up on where she's at in life and mentally. She's been here for 2 weeks and it's looking good for this new place she wants. Only enough space for her and the girls, so hopefully she focuses on herself and her kids for a while. Some of you said she was doing this intentionally or as some sort of manipulation tactic, and I can't know. I can't read her mind. But I did ask her what was up with her being indecent around us and the kids and why she would ever think that's appropriate. She started crying and immediately apologizing. She knew she flashed us a couple times, and she knew it was awkward, but nobody really brought it up, so she tried to ignore it out of shame. Basically, my sister doesn't have money for laundry, and she's been running out of clothes. We don't have a washer or dryer in our apartment, and I thought she was doing her laundry because she'd take a basket full out of the house every week. She said she's only had enough money to wash 1 load for her kids and maybe throw in a few pairs of underwear for herself, which don't last long. She's been re-wearing night shirts at home and her work clothes for work. My sister also just doesn't have the best sitting etiquette, I guess is how you'd say it. I'm the same way. I sit with my legs sprawled open, but I'm always in pants. Anyway, we are going to wash my sister's clothes. We have more than enough laundry quarters in our mason jar to wash 2 or 3 loads for her. That should catch her up and she can get back on track with her laundry. We did eventually laugh uncontrollably about how crusty she is. I'm playing it by ear now. Just because I think the problem is going to be solved doesn't mean it will be. If that's the case, she will just have to leave. I just hope she'll leave her kids until she finds somewhere stable. Not the asshole. It's basic decency and you and your husband don't need to see that. Your sister, 23 female, is welcome to take them in if she feels it would be too traumatizing for her sister to be asked to put on clothes. You're a wonderful sister. I truly hope things are looking up for your sister soon. With you in her corner, I have no doubt she will be. Best of luck to you both. AWWWH smiling face with hearts. Your poor sister and you guys. That's so sweet. You are not shaming her but showing kindness. Not the asshole. Why are you subjecting your husband to this blatant disrespect? He didn't want her there because I bet he knows that she doesn't respect boundaries. You do realize her naked ass and crotch are all over your furniture, right? Not the asshole. If someone wants to be a nudist, that is fair enough. It is definitely not something you should involve unwilling onlookers in, especially if you're crashing at their place. That's just not acceptable.